What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brendan and I'm B-Man X45, and today I'm coming at you with another video. We're going to do a box unopening for Star Wars Legion, show you what's inside. We got a bunch of cool expansions here. We got the DSD1 Dwarf Spider, the Raddaugh Gnasp Fluttercraft, I call it the Wookiee helicopter, and we have the Infantry Support. I was actually not expecting all this to come out at the same time. It was kind of weird. They released the tank early, which I have here. I still have to build it. I've been a little bit slow to do that. But I'm trying to get all this stuff done now. I did a box, last time I did a box opening for the tank. Anyways, so they released the tank first, which I didn't think they were going to, because they had announced these expansions first, and then they announced the tank and the support platform. So it was interesting how they did the release for that. And in the background, you can see there, I don't know if you can see, I got some of my X-Wing stuff actually, and show you guys what I do here with the bases and stuff like that. Quick kind of like multi-purpose video. So because the bases are all the same and you don't want stuff mixed up with your opponent, I like to use a gold paint pen that has actually been really hard to find since the pandemic started, to border the edges, and that way, you know, it gives it a nice look to it, keeps the cardboard from looking dirty or ugly. And yeah, I do that to all my things, and even the cardboard things. I usually try to make acrylic versions of stuff I can. Like I'll try to make an acrylic version of this, eventually design this. But for now, leave it like that. And you can't do that with the bases, really. I mean, I guess you could make acrylic bases, but that would be a lot of work. So I'm just sticking with the cardboard ones. So that's something I do to kind of put my own little flair, or own little my mark on all my stuff. Still got to build my Wookiee warriors and my Magna Guards, so a lot of stuff to do. But without further ado, let's just get into this. Let's go through these cards, kind of look at what we have, and we'll just see. Hopefully it won't take too long. Got my knife here. Might as well open all 3 packs so we can get into it one at a time here. So to start off with, we have the Spider Droids. Let's stick that right there. Cool little expansion. If you look on the back, it's got the flamethrower weapon option and the ion blaster weapon option. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do yet. If I'm going to do like maybe one of the models with one gun, one of the models with the other gun. It'll be interesting. We'll see what I do. So we got our Sprues here. Looks pretty simple, pretty small parts, which is nice. Droids are always nice when they're not the B1s, but the other droid expansions were actually pretty nice to build. So this is a single. For some reason, I thought you were getting 2 spider droids. So it's a single. So it's a support class in the size of the. Actually, it might not be as big. This might be in between the speeder bike and the double speeder bikes, and in between the size of the AT-RT. I'd have to go grab it to compare. But yeah, and then what we got here, we got the cards. Come on. So you got 55 points for the DSD1 Dwarf Spider Droid. So that's not bad. It's got armor 3 while defending, cancel up to 3. So it doesn't have full armor, but it's got pretty good armor. Self-destruct 4 if you have at least 4 wound tokens. Perform your self-destruct attack. So that's kind of cool. Climbing vehicle, can climb, expert climber. Do not roll defense die for suffer wound program. You must be equipped with a That's the AI interface upgrade, or not the AI interface, but the new upgrade card we have, and we'll probably get some in the pack. It's got cursor conversion. It can move pretty fast. You think it might be able to only move speed 1, but it can move speed 2. I guess if you think about it, the size of the legs, it would be able to cover a distance. So where it might be slow, it would still cover the same distance as, say, a trooper unit, which makes sense. And it's got Wicked Kick and the self-destruct mechanism. And so yeah, that's kind of cool. And then the back, it's just got Blast and Impact. We'll go into some of the cards here. Hack Comms Unit, that's nothing new. Nose-mounted flamethrower and nose-mounted laser cannon. So this is definitely something you have to equip a weapon to, or the Ion Blaster. You got the different things. Ion Blaster looks pretty cool. And the range is pretty good too. Flamethrower is not that great. I guess it's kind of cool, but definitely between the laser cannon and the Ion Blaster. So that's kind of cool. AI attack protocols and defense protocols and engagement protocols, which is the same thing. So yeah, it's cool. So that's that for that one. Put this back in here for now, and we will get into the next one. The Raddaugh Gnasp Fluttercraft. I'm probably not saying that right. I'm probably butchering it pretty good. I'm fairly well at doing that kind of things. My friend used to have to correct my Pokemon names. I'd never get them right. He always knew exactly how to say stuff, and I was always like, oh yeah, that sounds right. No. So this has got a big heavy base on it. The size of the airspeeder and the ATSD, so that's kind of interesting. And then we got all the parts, got some Wookiees in there, base of the ship, so this is going to be pretty involved, and it sits up high like the airspeeder. I like how they're doing the colors now. That's kind of cool on there. Kind of shows you, separates the different parts. It makes them easy to identify when you're looking at them. So that's kind of cool. So we're going to go with this one here. Put the bases over here, up here. And it's a support as well. You have 55 points again, cover 2, which is pretty good. Immune to blast, melee, and range 1 weapons. Reposition. So before you perform a standard move, you may perform a pivot. Speeder 2. While you're moving, ignore terrain height 2 or lower. Yeah. It's got surge conversion on both. It's got a white defense dice, and that, something I didn't mention is the Dwarf Spider also has a white defense dice. Pretty much the same stats, other than the threshold for your weapon malfunction or whatever disarmament you get is lower by 1. And it's got a pilot's pistol, range 1 to 2. That's kind of cool. Obviously, again, it'll have to have an equipped weapon there. So let's look into the cards. Nothing new. Comms Jammer or Hack Comms Unit. Bombarder. And Gunner. So it's going to be at least 70 points if you want it to have a good weapon. So you can either, 75 to 80 points minimum to arm it with a good weapon. Obviously, this one's probably the more likely one. But yeah, well, that's that for that one. And then finally, we have the Infantry Support Platform. That one's kind of cool. I was interested in that. The one I like the most, I think, is the tank, and then the Spider Droid. The Wookiee helicopter was kind of a neat idea. I wasn't too sure how good it was going to be. Okay. So we got this big thing. It's got a tank-sized base. So this is tank, just like the Republic and the Separatist tanks. It is huge, as you can very well see. It's gonna be interesting build. They're really cool models. I definitely think they do a really good job finding new and interesting stuff. Let's go. It's like a tower of bases. Okay, and again, we'll go into this. We have the card here. Put that up there so you can see everything. This is classified as a heavy. It's 65 points to start with. Armor 3, white die, movement speed 3. That's kind of cool. It's a hovercraft. Did I see a peg in there? I don't know if I saw a peg in there. Oh yeah, so it's got the small peg, like the tanks. So it's just hovering above the surface, kind of like the Rebel bus. It's got cover 1, hover, of course, weak point sides, and the rear, of course. It's got a 2 black, range 1 to 3, can move real fast, so that's kind of cool. So it's kind of like the land speeder, I want to say, yeah. And it's a little bit more beefy than the other ones with 7 health, 5 to get the disarm. So you get the 327th Star Corps Elite Armor Pilots. Gains fire support, so that's cool. While attacking a friendly unit, uses fire support, gain hit to crit, so that's kind of cool. Linked targeting array. Oh, you got beam cannons. Beam 2, that's always fun. Range 1 to 4. Twin blaster cannons. Oh, that seems gross. Kind of makes it over, all these make it over 100 points. Or the twin missile pods. All of these seem really good. And they're all 40 points. So basically, there's no real better one than the other. It's just whatever you want, because you're going to be paying the same amount of points. You're going to have to pay that minimum of 40 points. Or 105 points to run this, which isn't bad, honestly, considering some of the other things like the ATST's cost and stuff like that. So yeah, it's pretty good. I don't know. I think points wise they did everything really well. I'm not sure. I thought that the spider droids were 2. Like I thought they were 2, just kind of like, which is good because the faction didn't have that. They didn't have a single unit support because they had the droidekas, which are 2, like speeder, and then the stab droids, which were basically just like speeder bikes. So it's good that they got a single unit thing. Speed 2 is great. It's not like when we got the dewback for the Imperial, where it was very slow and chunky. What I would really love to see though is a twin unit support for Republic, because that's something we don't have yet. Maybe they could be riding like something kind of like the Tauntauns, but like one of the other creatures that they ride in the Clone Wars. So that would be kind of cool. We'll see what they do in the future, but I definitely think it's nice when each faction has that equal footing, which is definitely not the case right now between Separatists and Republic. I mean, they got the plane, or the kind of like the helicopter, or the LAT-E, which was for Imperial and Republic, but at the same time, Separatists got nothing that wave, which I guess this is kind of to fix that. But then they gave them the support platform, which is another one. So now there's another heavy for Republic and nothing for Separatists. So it just feels like we've kind of gone away. Like we've always kind of shortchanged the Separatists, especially with like their expansions were always late and stuff like that. The snipers got delayed, the tank got delayed, stuff like that. So honestly, I feel like it's a really hard faction to play just because of all that, and then they make it harder by not giving it equal support. So I would like to see another heavy for them. I definitely, and then they did the same thing with Maul. Maul was an operative, but they didn't give us another good commander, and it was like, at the time, we only had 200-point commanders because of Grievous and the other thing, and so it's like, oh yeah, we got Maul. Now half our list is just Jedi, and so when they finally gave us the tactical droid and then the super tactical droid, now we finally had, okay, here's a cheap commander, so if I want to put 200 points into Maul, I'm not only having like 5 activations. So I think that was really important. So I think they need to do a lot of work with Separatists to really drive home, that fairness, that equality that the game needs, to make it so that you can come to it and play any faction, and any faction is good. So tell me your guys' thoughts on this. Tell me if you guys are going to pick up these expansions. I think that they're all really nice scalps. Like I said, the Separatist stuff I'm more excited for, just because I feel like it's better. But I'm still a hardcore Republic person, so I'm really looking forward to trying those other things. And anyways, that's all the time we have for this video. If you enjoyed today's content, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell for notifications. Please guys, put likes on the videos. It's very important. I'd like to see more likes in the future. It lets me know that what I'm doing is worthwhile for you guys, and to keep it up. That's all for now, folks.